Futbol and Chelsea have ended their search for a brand new head coach after sacking Mauricio Pochettino, with the championship title winning ENZO MARESCA, formerly assistant to the legendary Pep Guardiola. ENZO and his Leicester team bounced back at the first time of asking after relegation from the top division, and people shared mixed opinions of his style of play. Some would say it was very slow, repetitive, uninspiring, and reliant on individual quality, whilst others would have embraced the culture, the aim of dominance with the ball, and the patience of breaking things down. Today, let's explore ENZO's philosophy, his Leicester City team, the characteristics he shares, and how Chelsea may be lining up under the new manager. Let's delve straight into it. ENZO's team looks to overload the central spaces, with the right back coming inside to formulate a pivot with a DM. This then allows the team to not only play through teams much more efficiently from deep, but also aim to defend transitions with players still high up the pitch. Maresca wants his team to be patient with the ball, controlled, sometimes slow, but this relies on bravery too. In modern day football, playing bravely is of course high risk, but definitely with a fine chance of reward, with it consuming the opposition's shape. With four midfielders including the fullback, the opposition struggle to cut out these passing lanes, as there's always a midfielder with space, whether that's from the pivot or the two attacking midfielders. The three defenders then share lots of the ball with the pivot as they set the tempo, and the left back and right centre back position themselves slightly wider and carry the ball further forwards to find those two wingers. And then all of a sudden you have the attacking midfielders making underlapping runs and multiple players attacking the box. Now let's have a look how the Leicester City side emulated this. Mats Hermansen, the goalkeeper, first and foremost is a fantastic ball-playing goalkeeper for just 5 million, but as you can tell, has to be very comfortable with their feet. Calm, cool, collected and accurate. Hermansen is involved a lot in build-up, sometimes even pairing next to Vestergaard and playing out to provide a slight numerical advantage if a team presses high. The defence completes the four with Ricardo Pereira, Wout Faes, Yannick Vestergaard and James Justin or Callum Doyle commonly rotated. The season started with Callum Doyle covering the spot and doing so very well. However, once he was injured for a long-term basis, Justin stepped in and Doyle never really reclaimed his spot, due to the fact that the free and build-up are very slow with recovery pace. James Justin is the only one with a bit of pace to his name, which is why he featured so much. At Chelsea, you won't have this problem with Trevor Chalobah, Wesley Fofana, Levi Colwill, Badiashile with plenty of pace. Ricardo is someone who's incredibly technical and brilliant in tight spaces and bursts into midfield, suited this role down to the ground, creating a solid partnership with Harry Winks. Vestergaard, being the central centre-back, had plenty of responsibility in this role, as it was his job to read, recognise and act upon what was happening in front of him. Moving on to Harry Winks, his role consisted of sitting with the right back deeper in midfield, pushing high off the ball, maintaining a cool head in midfield and preserving possession for the team. Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall, Morphin and Didi making the three were much more attacking minded midfielders who attack the box almost like strikers, but combined well with wingers to bring them into the game. Didi is somebody who's known for being a defensive midfielder, but isn't good enough on the ball to play in Winks' role, so by utilising him further forwards, his aerial advantage and physical strength shine brightly in attacking spaces. Off the ball they pressed high but covered plenty of distance when coming back to defend. The wingers consisting of Fatawu and Mavididi always stayed wide and looked to cut in on their stronger foot to create problems for the opposition 1v1, but defensively played a huge role. Fatawu, a very fast and explosive dribbler, carries the ball well, but off the ball his work wouldn't go unnoticed, as he contributed defensively a lot, coming very deep to execute the opposition's wide threat, almost at times being a wing-back. The strikers over the season rotated between Jamie Vardy, Pat Sandaka, Tom Cannon and Kelechi Iheanacho. The strikers looked to combine with the attacking midfielders, creating further overloads in central spaces near the penalty area, but attack the usual spaces a striker takes up in the penalty area, but also covered a lot of ground off the ball to where the ball is circulating. This Leicester side was a clear success, as they were champions is pretty obvious, but played with a lot of trust and patience with the ball, as they believed in their play and their ability. Sometimes this slow build-up bored Leicester fans with their lack of urgency with the ball, as games sometimes were won by individual quality, rather than an overall deserved victory, as individual errors and domination from the opponents a lot of time goes unpunished in the championship. Enzo's level of coaching and man management given across the players and them actually understanding it is top, as players know and understand their role completely, and isn't the type of manager to rush a youngster in. He keeps them grounded and disciplined, and with more squad depth at Chelsea, he'll be given the platform to do this even more. One of the questions against his Leicester City side was their defending in transition, sometimes being caught out, which was true and evident in the second half of the season. But with faster defenders at Chelsea, I don't see this being too much of a problem. With high quality players and materials, Enzo will thrive more and more in the Chelsea environment, as he can implement his style to perfection, improving players along the way and keeping a fit squad too, which Chelsea have suffered widely this season under Pochettino. With high quality individuals such as Cole Palmer, Nicolas Jackson, Enzo Fernandez and plenty more, he'll find more ways to break teams down even when struggling. Off the field, he understands what it takes to be at the top due to previous experience at Manchester City, but he pushes those at the top for more and more and makes it clear what he needs. He's a very dedicated man manager, watching thousands of minutes beforehand joining on field away in preparation for taking the job. Many Chelsea fans will watch this and think great, but what happened in the second half of the season where Leicester City had such a huge gap? Leicester City were once 19 points clear of Leeds United, but then Farke's team went on a fantastic run and caught them with Ipswich. But within this period, Leicester attackers couldn't take their chances at all. Leicester missed and created the most big chances in the league, whilst also in this time conceding some fantastic goals from rare areas of the pitch, meaning a lot of this came down to luck in front of goal. However, Enzo stuck with his persistence to play Patson Daka up top, who was not cutting it at all. His finishing was poor, link-up play was very dry, and cost Leicester some valuable points. The Italian coach brings knowledge and assurity to his group of players, so let's have a look at how Chelsea may line up under ENZO MARESCA. Goalkeeper, a new one is needed. Petrovic is very raw, with complacent positioning and kicking, and Sanchez is very hit and miss. As of recently, Chelsea have been linked with a young Danish goalkeeper, so this could be signs of ENZO MARESCA getting exactly what he wants already. Right back will be Reece James. I believe Reece James will massively thrive under ENZO MARESCA with his calmness on the ball, composure in tight spaces and strength. He'll improve massively as a package overall, and hopefully stay fit. The right centre-back position can be taken up by Trevor Chalobah. He suits this role down to the ground, but also Wesley Fofana. Both have back three experience on that right side role, can carry and pass the ball forwards with great recovery pace and intensity. Disasi could also operate here, who is slightly more aggressive but a powerful asset either way. A central centre-back could suit Badiashile, but a new buy may be necessary here. The central centre-back needs to be intelligent, mobile and a cool-headed of the ball. The left-back Levi Colwill would slot right into this role, as the left-back tucks inside as a free. Colwill is fast and accomplished on the ball, but 1v1 defending is also top. Cucurella would also make a nice option here, but it's very bad news for Ben Chilwell, as I don't see a future for him under ENZO MARESCA's system at all. At defensive midfield, I see Moises Caicedo and Romeo Lavia massively thriving, with Enzo Fernandez in that left centre mid spot and potentially Carney Chukwuemeka in the right spot. Caicedo and Lavia very press resistant and influential on the ball, whilst Enzo Fernandez moving into similar spaces he did for Argentina in the World Cup winning campaign. This will see him plenty of goal involvements, whilst Carney has the potential to be a fantastic physical asset in the other spot. On the right, I see Cole Palmer and Noni Madueke suiting these spots down to the ground with their 1v1 and dribbling capabilities. Raheem Sterling is one that could thrive under ENZO MARESCA a lot, but needs to put the yards in defensively, similar to Mackay and Mudryk. It will take gradual coaching to really ensure these pair thrive. And Nicolas Jackson up top is a player I look at that can really flourish hugely, as he already combines well with the likes of Cole Palmer and Conor Gallagher, meaning this will hugely appeal to the way MARESCA will want Chelsea to play. Nicolas Jackson on the turn, and overall his ability on the ball is a very cute player. He can find players on the inside, maybe with underlapping runs, but also attack the final third pretty well. It's only his finishing and lack of experience that lets him down. In conclusion, I think and I hope as a Leicester City fan that ENZO MARESCA will be a success at Chelsea, with it being a big job for him and a step up, but there'll be clear signs of improvement at Chelsea as players will be properly coached, managing fitness and in love with the idea that Enzo lives and dies by, with his stylish and attractive modern day principles. Thank you guys for watching this video. Let me know in the comments what you think of the appointment of the Italian head coach Enzo Maresca, and will he be a success at Chelsea Football Club? Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week.